How to watch Caitlin Clark. Indiana Fever vs. Atlanta Dream TV. Schedule, stream, expert prediction, tickets, odds. The Indiana Fever's roller coaster of a season continues Friday, July 11th, when they host the Atlanta Dream. The Fever, 9-10, are coming off a low point, a blowout loss at home to Golden State. Caitlin Clark, injury, and Damiris Dantas, international play, have returned, shaking up a lineup that at times struggled but also won the Commissioner's Cup. The Dream, 12-7, are fourth in the WNBA standings and own a 2-1 record against Indiana this season. They have alternated wins and losses their last 4 games, coming off a win over Golden State. Chloe Peterson is your best Fever follow, and sign up for our Caitlin Clark Fever newsletter. Indiana Fever vs. Atlanta Dream expert prediction from Indy Stars Chloe Peterson for July 11th. Dream 78-70. The Dream have been a surprise to most this year and a thorn in the Fever's side. Atlanta has performed well with a first-time head coach and a revamped roster that includes 2 centers playing a 5-out system. The last time these teams met, Atlanta won by 19 points. Indiana has been increasingly inconsistent this season, both with the injuries and the amount of competitive fire on the court. They have struggled to defend Atlanta's 2-post system of Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones. With Caitlin Clark still working her way back from injury, Atlanta may have the advantage. When do the Indiana Fever play the Atlanta Dream on July 11th? 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Friday, July 11th, 2025, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. What channel are the Indiana Fever vs. Atlanta Dream on? TV. ION, with Pat Boylan, play-by-play. Debbie Antonelli, analysis, and Kelsey Casper, sideline reporting. How can I listen to Fever vs. Sparks on the radio? Streaming? Radio. 93.5 and 107.5 FM in Indianapolis, with John Nolan, play-by-play. Bria Goss, analysis. Caitlin Clark stats. In 10 games this season, Caitlin Clark averages 17.4 points, 8.6 assists, 5.0 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, making 30.1% of her three-pointers. Game schedule and how to watch. Here's the upcoming Indiana Fever vs. Atlanta Dream matchup and how to watch it live. No additional WNBA schedule results from the tool. See narrative below. From current coverage, Friday, July 11th, 2025, Indiana Fever vs. Atlanta Dream, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Aired on ION Television. Available for stream via Sling TV, Fubo, WNBA League Pass for non. Indiana Fever features Caitlin Clark, and the team is slated to have 41 nationally televised regular season games, a new WNBA record, while the Atlanta Dream also appears in 23 nationally televised games in 2025. SBNation.com. Satellite antenna how to watch, TV and streaming options. Television National TV. ION Television, e.g. July 11th game, airs several Fever games, especially Friday doubleheaders. NBA TV, ABC, ESPN/ESPN2/ESPN3, CBS, and CBS Sports Network also carry national games featuring Indiana or Dream matchups throughout the season. Red Circle streaming and passes. Fubo TV and Sling TV allow access to ABC, ESPN networks, ION, NBA TV, and CBS coverage via OTT streaming. Goal. WNBA League Pass. Includes most games not aired on ABC/ESPN/CBS Sports Network, with on-demand replays. The service costs around $16.99 per season via WNBA apps or site. Note: blackout restrictions may apply where local broadcasts are available. Fever Direct. Available to fans in select Midwest regions via Endeavor-powered streaming. Delivers up to 18 live regular season games and full replays. Spiral Calendar Tip. Local broadcast coverage. In Indiana markets, WDHR/WLV air 17 Fever games locally, including the home opener. In Atlanta, Gray Media affiliates provide regional coverage of Dream games. Brainform and expert predictions. The Indiana Fever are the standout national draw this year, largely thanks to Caitlin Clark, who continues to fuel viewership and excitement across WNBA coverage. Bar chart betting lines and game odds. From multiple recent previews. Opening/live line. Spread. Indiana favored by 4.5 to 10 points, depending on source grinning catface. Moneyline. Indiana around minus 190 to minus 485. Atlanta plus 160 to plus 370. Total. O/U roughly 169 to 174.5 points. Direct hit expert predictions and props. From Covers.com. Game on May 22nd. Suggested Caitlin Clark's same game parlay. 20+ points, 7+ assists, 5+ rebounds at plus 135. Opening spread that game was Indiana minus 4.5. Moneyline Indiana at minus 190. Atlanta plus 160. Over, under 172.5. CBS Sports Advice. Lean Fever minus 4. Prefer under 174.5 total. And Clark 10+ assists prop at. Fantasy Alarm Preview. Odds. Indiana minus 10 versus Dream plus 10. Moneyline Indiana minus 485 versus Atlanta plus 370. O/U 170.5. Preferred bet. Brianna Jones under 7.5 rebounds. Dream Center, based on Indiana's strong frontcourt. Sportsbook Review Insights. Pick Fever minus 7 ATS. Moneyline Fever minus 315 via Bet Rivers. Prefer under 173.5 O/U via DraftKings. Score projection. Fever 90 to 82 Dream. Star prop. Clark over 10.5 assists. Excellent value for playmaking performance, given Dream's defense. Realistically, expect Indiana Fever to be favorite, anywhere between minus 5 to minus 10 points. Total points likely in high 160s to low 170s, with over/under around 170+ or minus 4. Props. Clark topping 10 assists is common pick. Over 20 points plausible. Team rebounds for Dream inside likely undervalued. Admission tickets, and venue info. If you're thinking about attending Atlanta Dream home games, typically at State Farm Arena, with tickets available via platforms like StubHub. Notable, a previous Dream Fever matchup set franchise attendance records, 17,575 fans, in Atlanta, signaling high interest in games featuring Caitlin Clark. For Indiana Fever home games, tickets often sold through Fever official site or reseller platforms. Local broadcast blackouts encourage live attendance in key markets. Lightbulb why this matchup matters. Caitlin Clark effect. Caitlin Clark has redefined WNBA viewership. Fever games average 1.18 million viewers, compared to 394,000 for other teams. SBNation.com. Her presence helped Indiana become the most-watched franchise and drive unprecedented national TV coverage, 41 of 44 games. Team storylines. Indiana is building around Clark and frontcourt stars like Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard. Atlanta has new big-name additions like Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones under coach Carl Smesko, but early-season defensive struggles remain a concern. Expect a high-paced, offense-driven showdown, with ample opportunity for Clark's assists and scoring explosion.